Your married soulmate is hiding a secret they never wanted you to know. Open this now. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you. If these words have found you at this exact moment, your heart needs this right now. My beloved child, nothing about this meeting is an accident. Before you clicked on this message, I already knew the questions your heart has been carrying. I have seen the silent nights when you wondered why this connection has felt so powerful, so unforgettable, and yet so impossible to explain. I have heard every prayer you whispered when no one else could hear. I know the moments when you tried to convince yourself to let go, only to feel your soul pulled back toward the same mysterious energy. Listen to this because this message is for you. There are connections that begin with attraction, and there are connections that awaken the deepest parts of your spirit. What you have been feeling belongs to the second kind. It has challenged your heart, tested your patience, and awakened questions you never expected to ask. My beloved child, before you judge the silence, before you assume the distance means the story is over, allow me to reveal something your spirit has been waiting to hear. For a long time, the person connected to your heart has carried a burden they believed could never be spoken aloud. It is not because they wanted to deceive you. It is because they feared that revealing the deepest truth inside them would change everything. They convinced themselves that silence would protect everyone involved. They believed hiding their emotions would be the responsible choice. Yet every day that passed made the weight inside their heart even heavier. Listen to this because this message is for you. Some secrets are born from selfishness, but others are born from fear, confusion, and the desperate hope that no one else will be hurt. The secret they carry is not simply about circumstances. It is about a heart divided between duty and feelings they never expected to experience. My beloved child, life is often more complicated than appearances suggest, and souls sometimes find one another during seasons they never would have chosen. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because you have sensed that something remained unspoken. You may not have known exactly what it was, but your intuition kept whispering that there was more beneath the surface. Every time you thought you understood the situation, another unanswered question appeared. Every time you believed you had accepted reality, another sign from the universe reminded you that this chapter was not yet complete. My beloved child, I have watched your spirit grow stronger through uncertainty. I have seen you choose kindness when bitterness seemed easier. I have seen you continue believing in hope even when circumstances offered very little encouragement. Those moments have not gone unnoticed. Listen to this because this message is for you. Recently, something shifted within the heart of the person you cannot stop thinking about. They experienced a quiet awakening that they cannot fully explain. It did not happen all at once. It began with small moments that seemed ordinary at first. A familiar song unexpectedly brought tears to their eyes. A dream lingered in their thoughts long after morning arrived. A peaceful memory connected to you returned without warning, filling them with emotions they believed they had buried. My beloved child, awakening often begins in whispers before it becomes impossible to ignore. They tried to dismiss these moments, but each new day only made the feeling stronger. Perhaps you have noticed unusual signs yourself. Maybe you keep seeing 111 whenever thoughts of this connection enter your mind. Perhaps 222 appears repeatedly, gently reminding you that unseen alignment is taking place. Maybe you have awakened in the middle of the night feeling as though someone was thinking about you at that exact moment. Listen to this because this message is for you. These signs are not commands about what decisions anyone should make. They are invitations to remain patient, to seek wisdom, and to continue growing in peace while clarity unfolds. My beloved child, true guidance never asks you to abandon integrity. It invites you to become wiser, kinder, and more honest with yourself. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because the person connected to your soul has reached a place where pretending no longer brings peace. For a long time they believed they could silence their emotions through responsibility alone. They convinced themselves that if they ignored what their heart felt deeply enough, the feelings would eventually disappear. Instead, the opposite happened. Every attempt to suppress those emotions only caused them to return with greater intensity. They began asking themselves questions they had avoided for months, perhaps even years. Why does this connection still feel alive? Why does this person's memory continue bringing unexpected peace? Why does every attempt to move emotionally forward somehow lead back to the same unanswered place? My beloved child, these are not easy questions, but they are honest ones. Listen to this because this message is for you. The greatest struggle inside them is not simply between the past and the future. It is between fear and truth. They fear being misunderstood. They fear hurting people they care about. They fear making decisions while emotions are still settling. Most of all, they fear admitting what their own soul has already begun to recognize. That fear has become the secret they never wanted anyone to see. From the outside they appear calm, collected, and certain. Inside, they are wrestling with thoughts they have shared with no one. My beloved child, I know every hidden battle. I know every silent tear that never reached another person's eyes. Nothing remains unseen by me. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because this season is changing both of you. While they are learning honesty, you are learning patience. While they are confronting hidden emotions, you are discovering your own strength. While they are questioning old beliefs, you are learning not to build your future upon uncertainty alone. This waiting has not been wasted. Every difficult moment has shaped wisdom that neither of you possessed before. Listen to this because this message is for you. Real love is never strengthened by fantasy. It grows through truth, maturity, compassion, and the courage to face reality with open eyes. My beloved child, there have been moments when the person you think about almost reached out. More than once they found themselves writing words they never sent. More than once they imagined telling you everything they had been carrying. But every time they came close, fear interrupted them. They wondered if silence would be easier than honesty. Yet silence has become its own burden. Every day it grows heavier. Every day the truth asks to be acknowledged. Perhaps recently you have felt a strange calm replacing anxiety. Perhaps you have seen 444 repeatedly, reminding you that you are protected even when you cannot see the entire path ahead. Maybe 777 has appeared, encouraging you to seek wisdom instead of rushing toward conclusions. Listen to this because this message is for you. The universe often prepares hearts internally before circumstances begin changing externally. What is happening inside them matters just as much as anything you may eventually see on the outside. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because the secret they have been hiding is reaching the point where it can no longer remain buried. Not because someone forced it into the light, but because their own conscience is becoming stronger than their fear. They are beginning to understand that avoiding the truth has not protected anyone. It has only prolonged confusion. My beloved child, honesty is rarely comfortable at first, but it is often the doorway through which healing enters. As this awakening continues, they are becoming more aware of the difference between temporary emotions and lasting truth. They are no longer satisfied with pretending everything is simple. They are beginning to pray different prayers. Instead of asking for the easiest path, they ask for the wisest one. Instead of asking how to silence their heart, they ask how to live with integrity. Those prayers are changing them from the inside out. Listen to this because this message is for you. Do not allow uncertainty to steal your peace. Continue becoming the strongest, healthiest version of yourself. Continue listening to wisdom rather than fear. Continue trusting that clarity comes one step at a time. My beloved child, there are conversations approaching that neither of you expected only a short time ago. The silence is not meant to last forever. The hidden emotions are becoming impossible to ignore. But before any words are spoken aloud, one final realization must take place inside the heart of the person you love. They are about to discover that the secret they fought so hard to hide was never their deepest truth. Their deepest truth has been quietly calling them toward honesty all along. And when they finally stop running from it, everything they believed about this connection will begin to change in ways they never imagined possible. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. My beloved child, the silence you have been trying to understand is not empty. It has been filled with unseen battles, whispered prayers, restless nights, and a heart that has been trying to carry more than it was ever created to carry alone. I have watched every moment when the person connected to your soul appeared calm on the outside while quietly wrestling with emotions that refused to disappear. They have smiled when others expected them to smile. They have fulfilled responsibilities that life placed before them. They have continued moving through ordinary days while carrying extraordinary questions within their spirit. Yet every time they believed they had finally buried what they felt for you, something unexpected brought your energy back into their heart. Listen to this because this message is for you. They are beginning to understand that some feelings cannot be silenced simply because life became complicated. A soul recognizes what it recognizes, and no amount of distraction can permanently erase what has been written deep within the heart. My beloved child, do not misunderstand these words. This is not an invitation to abandon wisdom or integrity. It is an invitation to understand that genuine emotional healing always begins with honesty. Before anyone can make wise decisions about the future, they must first stop hiding from the truth inside themselves. For so long they convinced themselves that carrying this secret alone was the kindest choice. They believed that if no one ever knew the depth of what they felt, no one else would be hurt. But hidden emotions have a way of growing heavier with every passing season. Every unspoken truth slowly becomes a burden the heart struggles to carry. Listen to this because this message is for you. Recently they found themselves asking a question that startled them more than any other. They quietly wondered, why does this connection still feel alive after everything that has happened? That single question opened a door they had been trying to keep closed. Memories they believed had faded returned with remarkable clarity. They remembered the peace they felt whenever they spoke with you. They remembered how naturally understood they felt in your presence. They remembered conversations that seemed ordinary at the time but now shine brightly within their heart. My beloved child, peace leaves a lasting imprint upon the soul. Even when circumstances change, the memory of genuine peace continues calling a person toward truth. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because while they have been reflecting upon these memories, I have also been working within your own heart. Perhaps you have noticed moments when anxiety suddenly gave way to unexpected calm. Perhaps you have felt an unexplainable certainty that something is changing even though nothing visible has happened yet. Maybe you keep seeing 11:11 reminding you that new beginnings often begin within the spirit before they become visible in everyday life. Perhaps 3:33 continues appearing, encouraging you that divine wisdom surrounds every step of this journey. My beloved child, these moments are not meant to predict specific outcomes. They are reminders to remain anchored in hope instead of fear. I do my greatest work within hearts before circumstances ever begin to change. Listen to this because this message is for you. The person you love has begun recognizing that they spent too much time trying to satisfy everyone except the quiet voice within their own conscience. They became so focused on avoiding difficult emotions that they rarely asked whether they were living honestly with themselves. This realization has humbled them. They no longer wish to continue pretending that everything inside them is settled when it clearly is not. My beloved child, humility is often the beginning of true transformation. A heart that admits its confusion becomes teachable. A teachable heart becomes capable of genuine healing. Recently they experienced another unexpected sign. During an ordinary moment your memory returned with such strength that they had to stop what they were doing. It was not sadness that overwhelmed them. It was clarity. They realized that every attempt to forget you had only taught them how impossible genuine soul recognition is to erase. Listen to this because this message is for you. They are no longer fighting against what they feel with the same determination they once had. Instead they are quietly trying to understand why these emotions have remained so steady through changing seasons. They are beginning to believe there may be a deeper lesson waiting beneath everything they have experienced. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because they have started praying different prayers. Once they asked me to remove every confusing emotion from their heart. Now they ask me for courage to face whatever truth those emotions may be revealing. Once they prayed only for easier circumstances. Now they pray for wisdom, integrity, and peace. My beloved child, whenever someone sincerely asks for wisdom, I begin opening their eyes little by little. I do not overwhelm them all at once. I guide them one step at a time so their heart can grow strong enough to carry the truth with compassion rather than fear. There have been nights when they could not sleep because questions continued echoing through their mind. They wondered whether they had mistaken responsibility for emotional silence. They questioned whether ignoring their feelings had truly protected anyone or simply delayed healing. They reflected upon choices they made while carrying fears they never fully understood. Listen to this because this message is for you. Reflection is not punishment. Reflection is preparation. Before a person can move toward a healthier future, they must understand the lessons hidden within yesterday. My beloved child, perhaps you have also sensed this spiritual movement. Maybe you have awakened before sunrise with an overwhelming desire to pray. Maybe familiar songs suddenly seem to speak directly to your heart. Maybe you continue noticing 444 reminding you that unseen protection surrounds this season, or 777 encouraging you to seek wisdom instead of rushing toward conclusions. These gentle signs are invitations to remain peaceful while deeper understanding unfolds. Continue guarding your own heart. Continue choosing kindness instead of bitterness. Continue allowing your own spirit to mature through every lesson this season has brought. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because the person connected to your soul is beginning to realize something they never expected. They have discovered that hiding the truth has become more exhausting than facing it. Every day they remain silent, the weight grows heavier. Every day they avoid honest reflection, their conscience becomes louder. My beloved child, conscience is one of the greatest gifts I place inside every heart. It gently calls people back toward integrity whenever fear tries to lead them elsewhere. Listen to this because this message is for you. They are not becoming reckless. They are becoming honest. There is an important difference. Emotional honesty does not demand impulsive decisions. Emotional honesty simply refuses to continue living behind illusions. They are learning that acknowledging what they feel is the first step toward making wise choices. Denial never creates peace. Truth does. Even when truth requires patience, compassion, and careful reflection, it still leads toward freedom. As this awakening continues, they are noticing more meaningful moments than ever before. A stranger unexpectedly speaks words that answer a private prayer. A peaceful feeling settles over them whenever they stop resisting their own heart. They glance at the clock and repeatedly see 222, quietly reminding them that alignment often begins within before it appears outwardly. My beloved child, every small reminder has been encouraging them to slow down, to listen more carefully, and to stop allowing fear to make every important decision. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because there is another realization approaching. They are beginning to understand that the greatest secret they have been hiding was never simply their feelings. The deeper secret was how long they have been pretending those feelings no longer existed. They can no longer convince themselves that silence has solved anything. Their spirit keeps drawing them toward greater honesty, greater maturity, and greater peace. Listen to this because this message is for you. Continue trusting the quiet work taking place behind the scenes. Continue building your own life with wisdom and integrity. Continue allowing your heart to remain open without surrendering your peace. My beloved child, the silence between you and the person you love is slowly reaching its end, because a heart that has awakened to truth cannot remain hidden forever. One conversation is drawing closer with every passing day, and before those words are finally spoken, one final fear inside them must completely surrender. When that happens, they will finally understand that living honestly is far less frightening than spending another season hiding from the truth that has quietly been calling their name all along. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. My beloved child, there comes a moment in every soul's journey when silence becomes heavier than truth. The person connected to your heart has arrived at that moment. For so long they believed they could continue carrying everything alone. They believed that if they buried their emotions deeply enough, they would eventually disappear. They convinced themselves that responsibility meant pretending nothing inside them had changed. Yet the heart cannot be commanded the way a schedule can. The soul cannot be silenced simply because circumstances became complicated. Listen to this because this message is for you. Every day they tried to move forward while ignoring what they truly felt. Another quiet reminder appeared. Sometimes it was your name unexpectedly crossing their mind. Sometimes it was a dream so vivid they could still remember every detail after waking. Sometimes it was a familiar song that seemed to describe emotions they had never spoken aloud. My beloved child, I have been gently allowing these moments to awaken reflection, not confusion. Reflection brings wisdom when a heart is finally willing to listen. Recently they found themselves sitting alone in complete silence, and for the first time in a long while they stopped trying to distract themselves. No television. No endless scrolling. No conversations to drown out the voice within. Just stillness. And in that stillness, they realized something that unsettled them. They had spent so much energy protecting everyone else from difficult conversations that they had never honestly faced themselves. They had become skilled at carrying expectations while neglecting their own emotional healing. Listen to this because this message is for you. Healing begins the moment someone becomes honest with themselves before trying to explain themselves to anyone else. That is exactly where they are now. They are no longer asking how to avoid the truth. They are asking how to live with integrity while facing it. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because their awakening is becoming impossible to ignore. They have begun noticing that every attempt to suppress their emotions only makes those emotions return with greater clarity. They remember your kindness during moments when they expected judgment. They remember conversations that brought unexpected peace. They remember how naturally understood they felt whenever your paths crossed. Those memories no longer bring confusion. Instead, they bring questions. Why did they feel so safe with you? Why did your presence remain unforgettable when so many other memories slowly faded? Why does your energy continue to feel familiar, even after time has passed? My beloved child, some questions are not meant to create fear. They are meant to guide a person toward deeper understanding. Listen to this because this message is for you. Perhaps you have also been experiencing unusual signs. Maybe you continue seeing 111, reminding you to remain hopeful even when the future feels uncertain. Perhaps 444 appears repeatedly, quietly assuring you that you are protected while life unfolds one step at a time. Maybe 888 catches your attention, encouraging you to believe that seasons of growth often arrive after seasons of waiting. My beloved child, these signs are not guarantees about specific events. They are invitations to remain spiritually grounded instead of emotionally overwhelmed. They remind you that wisdom grows best inside a peaceful heart. The person you love has started looking back on old decisions with greater compassion instead of harsh judgment. They no longer see themselves only through the lens of regret. Instead, they recognize how much fear influenced choices they believed were purely logical. They understand now that unresolved pain often disguises itself as caution. They see how emotional exhaustion affected the way they viewed relationships, trust, and vulnerability. Listen to this because this message is for you. Awareness is transforming them. They are no longer trapped inside the same emotional patterns because they finally recognize those patterns for what they are. My beloved child, once truth enters a willing heart, fear begins losing its authority. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because something unexpected has happened. A recent conversation with someone close to them stirred emotions they thought were settled. No dramatic accusation. No shocking revelation. Just a simple exchange that caused them to see their own life from a completely different perspective. They realized how often they had mistaken emotional survival for emotional peace. They recognized how long they had carried responsibilities without ever asking themselves whether they were also caring for their own heart. That realization humbled them. Instead of feeling defensive, they became thoughtful. Instead of searching for excuses, they searched for wisdom. My beloved child, humility opens doors that pride always keeps closed. Listen to this because this message is for you. You may have wondered whether your own waiting served any purpose. It did. During this season you have become stronger than you realize. You have learned not to build your peace upon another person's actions alone. You have discovered that your value does not depend upon another person's readiness. You have grown in patience, discernment, and emotional maturity. Those gifts will remain with you no matter what tomorrow brings. Never believe that seasons of growth are wasted simply because they were difficult. As your loved one continues this journey, they have begun praying differently. They are no longer asking only for easier circumstances. They are asking for courage, wisdom, and honesty. They ask me to help them distinguish fear from genuine conviction. They ask for peace that is not dependent upon appearances. They ask for strength to face conversations they once avoided. My beloved child, those prayers are changing them from the inside out. Every sincere prayer for wisdom creates room for greater clarity. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because another layer of healing has begun. They have started forgiving themselves for not understanding everything sooner. Self-forgiveness has allowed them to stop living entirely in yesterday. It has given them permission to learn instead of remaining trapped in shame. Listen to this because this message is for you. Shame tells a person they can never change. Continue building healthy relationships, healthy habits, and healthy boundaries. My beloved child, your future is not strengthened by fear. It is strengthened by wisdom. Whether answers arrive quickly or slowly, never allow uncertainty to steal the peace I have been placing inside your heart. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because the person you love is approaching a decision they can no longer postpone. They understand that continuing to hide from their own emotions will not create lasting peace. They know they must choose authenticity over appearance, courage over avoidance, and truth over comfortable silence. They are still taking careful steps, but every step moves them closer to living with greater integrity than before. Listen to this because this message is for you. Do not rush ahead of tomorrow. Remain faithful to today's lessons. Keep your heart open, but keep your wisdom close. Continue recognizing the gentle signs that encourage hope without surrendering your discernment. My beloved child, this chapter is not ending with confusion, it is moving toward clarity. The secret they carried for so long has already begun losing its power because they are no longer running from it. One final conversation, one final moment of honesty, and one final act of courage are drawing near. When those pieces come together, they will finally realize that the greatest freedom was never found in hiding what they felt. It was found in facing the truth with humility, compassion, and the courage to let honesty become the foundation for whatever future awaits them. Don't scroll, listen to this because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. The person connected to your heart has reached a place where they can no longer hide behind the life they carefully built for everyone else to see. For so long they convinced themselves that silence was the safest answer. They believed that if they ignored the deepest questions inside their spirit, those questions would eventually disappear. But the truth has a gentle persistence. It does not scream. It waits. It returns again and again until the heart becomes willing to listen. Listen to this because this message is for you. They have begun listening. They have stopped running from the quiet voice within that has been calling them toward honesty for so long. My beloved child, this awakening is not happening because someone pressured them. It is happening because their own soul has grown tired of pretending that everything inside them is settled when it clearly is not. Recently they found themselves reflecting on how much of their life has been shaped by obligation instead of genuine peace. They fulfilled expectations. They honored responsibilities. They tried to become the person everyone needed them to be. Yet during quiet moments they could not escape one painful realization. Somewhere along the way they stopped asking themselves what kind of life allowed their spirit to breathe freely. Instead, they became experts at surviving. Listen to this because this message is for you. There is a difference between surviving and living. Surviving keeps the body moving. Living brings peace to the soul. They are beginning to recognize that difference now. They are asking themselves questions that once seemed too frightening to consider. They are wondering whether they have been confusing emotional numbness with emotional stability. They are questioning whether silence truly protected anyone or simply postponed conversations that eventually became unavoidable. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because the walls around their heart are no longer as strong as they once were. Every prayer they have whispered lately has carried the same request. Show me the truth, even if it changes me. My beloved child, whenever someone sincerely asks for truth, I answer with wisdom instead of confusion. I begin removing the fog one layer at a time. That is exactly what is happening now. Small moments are revealing larger lessons. A casual conversation suddenly carries unexpected meaning. A memory they once ignored now feels deeply important. A quiet afternoon becomes the place where long-buried emotions finally rise to the surface. They no longer fear those emotions as much as they once did because they are beginning to understand that acknowledging feelings does not require abandoning wisdom. Emotional honesty and integrity can exist together. Listen to this because this message is for you. Perhaps your own spirit has been sensing this shift. Maybe you have noticed 222 appearing again and again, reminding you that alignment often begins in unseen places. Perhaps you continue seeing 555, quietly encouraging you that transformation is unfolding even while circumstances appear unchanged. Maybe you wake before sunrise with an unusual sense of peace, unable to explain why hope suddenly feels stronger than fear. My beloved child, these moments are invitations to remain patient. They are reminders that I often complete my greatest work where human eyes cannot yet see it. Do not become discouraged simply because every answer has not arrived. Growth rarely announces itself loudly. Most of the time it happens quietly, one faithful step at a time. The person you love has begun noticing how different their heart feels whenever they stop resisting the truth. Instead of anxiety, they experience unexpected calm. Instead of endless inner conflict, they feel moments of remarkable clarity. They have started recognizing that peace does not come from hiding difficult emotions. Peace comes from facing reality with humility and courage. Listen to this because this message is for you. They are discovering that the greatest battle was never with another person. The greatest battle has always been within themselves. It has been the struggle between fear and honesty, between appearances and authenticity, between carrying burdens alone and finally admitting that they need wisdom beyond their own understanding. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because another important lesson is unfolding inside them. They are learning that guilt and responsibility are not the same thing. Guilt keeps a person trapped in yesterday. Responsibility invites them to make wiser choices today. My beloved child, they are slowly releasing the heavy weight of endless self-condemnation. Instead of asking, "Why did I make those choices?" they are beginning to ask, "What have those choices taught me?" That simple change has opened the door to remarkable healing. They no longer wish to punish themselves forever. They want to become a person capable of living with greater honesty, compassion, and wisdom than ever before. Listen to this because this message is for you. There have been moments recently when your name entered their thoughts without warning, and instead of pushing those thoughts away, they allowed themselves to simply sit with them. They remembered your kindness. They remembered your patience. They remembered how peaceful your conversations often felt. Those memories no longer create panic. They create gratitude. They remind them that genuine human connection is not something to fear. It is something to respect. My beloved child, gratitude has begun replacing confusion inside their heart. That transformation is preparing them for conversations they once believed they could never have. Perhaps you have noticed your own heart becoming calmer as well. Perhaps the urgency you once felt has slowly been replaced by trust. Continue protecting that peace. Continue choosing wisdom over emotional impulse. Continue allowing your own life to grow with purpose. Listen to this because this message is for you. Never place your future entirely in another person's hands. Your peace, your purpose, and your growth remain valuable regardless of what tomorrow brings. I have been shaping you through every lesson this journey has offered. Nothing has been wasted. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because the person you love is standing at the edge of an important decision. They know they cannot continue pretending that nothing has changed inside them. They understand that avoiding difficult conversations has only prolonged uncertainty. They are becoming increasingly aware that authenticity requires courage. Yet they are also learning that courage does not mean acting recklessly. It means allowing truth to guide each step instead of fear. My beloved child, wisdom moves carefully. It listens. It reflects. It chooses integrity over impulse. That is the path they are beginning to follow. Listen to this because this message is for you. As they continue seeking clarity, they are noticing more meaningful signs than ever before. A familiar verse speaks directly to their heart. A stranger's unexpected words answer a question they never asked aloud. The repeating appearance of 777 reminds them to trust divine wisdom. The appearance of 888 encourages them to believe that seasons of growth often prepare the way for unexpected blessings. They no longer dismiss these moments as meaningless coincidences. Instead, they receive them as gentle reminders to remain faithful, patient, and honest. My beloved child, I know your heart longs for certainty. I know you wish every question already had an answer. But understand this, certainty built upon incomplete understanding rarely lasts. I am building something stronger inside both of you. I am teaching patience before action, discernment before decisions, and peace before outcomes. Those lessons will remain valuable long after this chapter ends. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now because the hidden struggle inside the person you love is reaching its final stage. They are no longer asking whether they should face the truth. The only question remaining is how to move forward with honesty, compassion, and integrity toward everyone involved. That answer is coming closer with every passing day. Listen to this because this message is for you. Continue trusting the quiet work taking place beyond what your eyes can presently see. Continue strengthening your own spirit. Continue allowing hope to walk beside wisdom. My beloved child, the season of hiding is coming to an end, not because circumstances forced it, but because a heart that has truly awakened can no longer find peace in pretending. The next step will not simply reveal words that have remained unspoken. It will reveal the courage they have been praying for, and when that courage finally overcomes fear, both of you will understand why every lesson, every delay, every unanswered prayer, and every quiet moment of growth was preparing you for this turning point all along.